show you here. It's called Body for Life. This is the book without the cover, and this is kind of a journal you can use to track your results. This was the most amazing discovery for my condition, not only with health and losing weight and getting into shape, but mentally as well. It was the first time in my life that I had actually felt some peace, and just like I felt kind of like a normal person. And it was just from their program. Basically, to break it down for you, is you work out 6 days a week. You do cardio, and you do your major weight exercises for your major, muscles in your body. So you're working out every day except for Sunday, and then you eat 6 small meals a day, very balanced, small portions. Everything that they've always told you, is basically what you're doing here. Really simple, and I was doing it to mainly lose weight and get into shape, but I noticed that I was starting to feel happy and level-headed and normal, and for the first time in my life, actually. And it's a 12-week program, and it lasted pretty much the whole time I was on it. I felt pretty good. I'd still had some depression and anxiety issues, but they were so minute that I never really even thought about them. And before, I was obsessed with my emotional state every day. And when I did this program, it was like, wow, this really worked. And so at the end of the 12 weeks, I would take a couple weeks. I would lose about 20 pounds every time I did a 12-week program. And I would take a couple weeks off just to relax from all the exercise and all that. And I noticed I would start to feel really depressed again and really bad. And so I finally figured it out that exercise, eating healthy small portions, not staying away. They give you one free day a week on Sunday. You eat whatever you want, and that did make me manic. By the way, on Sundays I would feel very, very elated and just crazy hyper. But then again, I would eat very, very bad. I would eat sugar and ice cream and fast food and all that while I was healthy during the rest of the week. But it still worked out. It still worked out where I felt good most of the time. And I didn't have very many problems, except for when I would stop. When I would stop, I would always feel really down and depressed. So I finally made that connection that exercise and eating right and healthy definitely will help with your condition. So, if you haven't tried it, pick up the Body for Life book. Tell your doctor about it, of course. Give it a shot. Give it a month, and you will definitely feel something. And I know many of you have probably tried exercise before and stuff like that. And I've tried exercise before that and didn't have any luck. But for some reason with this program I did. And it took a little while for it to kick in, but it was a huge, huge difference. So that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed over the years that has helped me. So I would recommend that to anybody that is having depression problems or bipolar problems at all. Try some exercise, give it a good test round, and see how you feel with it. So as far as feelings of depression, I dealt with all the symptoms. I never really felt, I have felt suicidal, but I didn't think about it every day like some people. As far as depression itself, it manifested itself more in like feelings of just extreme guilt. Like I would find ways to be guilty. Like even if I was perfect in everything I did, I would find a way that I was, guilty and did it wrong, and I deserve nothing but bad because I'm such a bad person. And that was the way it manifested itself the most, was in feelings of guilt. And I still go through a lot of that, and I'm trying to work my way through that. But just extreme false guilt and extreme feelings of guilt was probably the worst feelings of depression I felt. There was a lot of OCD symptoms where I would start to do things in numbers, and if I went to a certain gas pump, it would have to be this number, because if I went to a bad number, I would have a bad day. Even though every day was bad, I would think it'd be worse, or certain checkout lines at the grocery store, I could only go on the certain number, like just weird OCD things. And I think that's more connected to the anxiety type disorder, but stuff like that, just feelings of worthlessness, low self-esteem. I couldn't even be creative because I didn't feel like I deserved to be creative. I couldn't work because I didn't feel like I deserved to work or deserved to make any money. It was really, really hard and felt terrible. And it even got worse when I was in relationships that were even good relationships. It didn't matter if it was a good or bad. The relationships seemed to impact the depression even more. So that's a lot of what I dealt with and what I still deal with. But exercise, definitely, without a doubt, is one of the best natural ways I could tell anyone to make an improvement on their depression. It can make anxiety a little worse, but once you get used to it, you won't notice the anxiety as bad anymore. I definitely feel level. Like when I'm not exercising or eating right, I can definitely feel myself going down into this deep depression, and then I can feel myself go into like a hypomania state. It really is like a bipolar thing, because that's what it is. And with exercise, you feel like you're on this even keel. I can't say that it helps my depression completely. I still feel it, but it definitely makes like a 50 to 75% better situation. So I try to do that as much as I can. It's not easy every day, and when you get discouraged, it's really hard to push yourself. It really takes a lot of effort to make yourself do it as much as you can, but definitely it's worth giving a shot. And that's the main thing I wanted to, get across in this video was that exercise, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Even with medications and other treatments, it can be, it can work wonder with whatever you're doing. And of course, talk to your doctor about it, make sure it's okay. So that's it for this video. Thanks again for listening. Email me if you have any questions or any concerns. I've probably went through just about everything that anybody could go through mentally, just about, and I probably can relate in some way or another. So feel free to contact me anytime.